You got it, girl.
Hi, welcome to the You Got It Girl podcast. Today we have Miss Tiffany Williams here with us. Tiffany is a model, lifestyle blogger, influencer, as well as the founder of BlackSDCreatives San Diego. BlackSDCreatives SD.
San Diego's fine.
So Tiffany, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started as a model and a lifestyle blogger.
I started modeling, I feel like it's been forever. I started modeling when I was 17, and then I moved to LA and kind of got more serious about it in college. And then I came back to San Diego, and it was interesting coming back to San Diego modeling because like the scene is way different here. As I kept modeling and as I found more things that were happening in San Diego, because a lot of people don't think that there's fashion in San Diego. Mm-hmm. There is. It's very small, but it exists. I started blogging because I wanted to share that with people. I wanted to share what I had going on, what the scene was like here, and that's how I started my blog. And I just would share events and shared businesses and people that I was working with and designers and just all around just everything that was happening in fashion in San Diego. And I have like one blog on the side. I actually started blogging 10 years ago, but more so seriously 5 years ago, which is like how I got Glitz and Glam by Tiff. It just started off as just, like I said, just like local stuff, talking about fashion, and it's grown so much since then. So that's kind of that's like short version, long, how I got started. So I would say to anybody who wants to start modeling, do it, but do it in a way that makes sense for you and not just like, oh, I want to be this big name.
Yeah. Okay. And have you done any runway shows yet before?
Mm-hmm. I've actually done hundreds.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So what tips would you give for someone who's trying to get on the runway? Maybe some tips with their catwalk. What are some tips for someone trying to get onto the runway?
Runway is something I feel like a lot of people think that they can just automatically do and just be good at. That's not true. Even when I started runway, like people look at me now, they're like, oh my gosh, like you have a really good runway walk. But in the beginning, my runway walk was not that great. And it takes a lot of practice and just watching and learning and just kind of learning your body and the way how your body moves. I've also have background in dance, so I feel like that really helps me on the runway, like be more like graceful and be able to move and flow well. So I feel like getting a flow and getting having balance is very important too, because heels are not easy to walk in for everybody. So yeah, balance, flow, and just learning and growing as you learn to walk. I feel like it's important.
What things did you do to practice?
Yeah, I actually did go to modeling school. I've had a few coaches, and YouTube wasn't really that big when I first started modeling, so I didn't really have like stuff to watch like that. But America's Next Top Model, definitely I learned a lot from that, and like Tyra Banks like always share different things on the episodes, and just working with other people as I went along and as I did shows, I feel like really helped too. So like having experience behind not just going to class, but actually going to auditions and kind of living within being a model has really helped me with runway and just like everything in general.
You had mentioned Tyra Banks. So is she kind of a role model for you in terms of modeling, or who inspired you to get into modeling?
Yeah, I would say Tyra Banks is one person. I feel like just the industry in general and just like seeing other people like in magazines and looking through like books and stuff like that is really how I just started. I also got encouraged by other people that were around me. They're like, oh, you should just try it out and see like if you like it. I'm just like, sure, why not? I'm the person that like just goes and tries out anything and just sees what sticks, and it kind of stuck with me, and I've had fun with it.
That's awesome. I'm like that too. I'm like, some of my friends actually describe me as one of the most random people that they know, because I've like literally tried like pretty much everything. I'm kind of random. I'm down, you know?
But I mean, like, that's how you learn new skills and see, like, what you like, what you don't like. Because a lot of people are just like, I don't like that. How do you know? Like, if you never try it out, like, you don't know what you like and what you don't like. So I just say try everything and don't be afraid to be different and, like, do different things.
That's awesome. I completely agree.
I know I'm different from, like, a lot of people. Like, my friends are just like, what are you doing now? Like, okay.
So you have done a lot of modeling and runway. What are your tips for getting Insta ready shot?
Insta ready. It depends on the day. It really depends on the day, because I'm the kind of person that I will wake up in the morning and I'll do stories when I just like wake up and haven't showered, like in my bed, still have my head wrap on, and it doesn't matter. Like, I come as I am. Like, I feel like that's how people should be. And Insta ready, I'm not always like that perfect picturesque person. Like, I know my blog is Glitz and Glam by Tiff, but my glam is my glam, and the way how I get ready is the way how I decide to get ready on a day-to-day. So it just depends.
I love that you say that, because a lot of people, including myself, really struggle with kind of like getting on Instagram live. And I know you're always on there, so I'm like, wow, that's like inspiring. Maybe I'll like finally do it. But then I'm just like, oh, it's like, oh, like something like bags under my eyes, or like something's not looking right. And I was like, oh, I just can't.
You just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Like, just go all out and just do it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take your advice, so.
And it's so funny because, like, even with stories, like, there's a lot of people that I know and, like, bloggers that I've known for years are like, I suck at stories. I'm like, you just have to practice and kind of just, like, put yourself out there and, like, don't be afraid to look crazy. Like, there's times where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm saying today, but hey. And that'll be my Instagram story for the day. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just have to be just comfortable being you and just showing yourself. Because, I mean, that's what your Instagram is essentially for. It's like showing you and like what you have going on.
So you've grown a pretty big community with your lifestyle blog, and then now with BlackSDCreatives SD. What are some tips to someone who's looking to grow a community or maybe grow their Instagram following or social media following? What are some tips to that you would give them?
I would say, well, people always say be authentic, be yourself, be you. Like, that's normal. Yeah, true, that. But also don't try to make something like out of nothing, or like don't like try to do something because somebody else is doing it and you think that you can do it too. Have like a good, I guess, like angle around what you're trying to do and like what you're trying to share. Like, be authentic to wanting to grow a community, and it'll just grow. Like, helping and spreading awareness to like specific things, or like wanting to share stuff that's actually like substance based, because I feel like with me, I want to share things that are of substance, and not just like, oh, look at me, I'm cute. Like, of course it's that, like, I do share like pretty photos, but I'm also helping people grow their brands. I'm also promoting people's brands and promoting like what they have going on. And I feel like that's the most important part, is like you helping other people in the process of you kind of helping yourself at the same time. I feel like that's really like why I started blogging and started like social media and stuff. Like, I want to get myself out there, but I also want to help other people in the process. So I feel like that helps to grow a community and really have people follow behind what you're talking about as well. Because if they don't feel like it's true and they don't feel like it's authentic, or like you're just making this up as you go, like, I mean, yeah, you kind of do make it up, but you don't want to be fake. Like, you want it to be real.
Okay, so keep it real.
Keep it real always.
What inspired you to create BlackSDCreatives SD?
For me, I started BlackSDCreatives San Diego because there was a lack of diversity and inclusion within what I was doing and within what I saw when I would go to events and like be a part of different things. I wanted to see more people that looked like me in the spaces that I was in and in the like experiences and stuff that I've been able to be a part of, I want to share that with other people. I want other people to gain that and be able to grow their brands and grow their following just as much as I have, and also show a different side of San Diego that people often don't think exists or just have no clue. So that's why I started it, and it's been kind of crazy because there's been a lot of followers and I'm trying to keep up with everything, but I'm really excited at the same time that a lot of people are getting noticed, and that's really all I want. I want people to be noticed. I want them to be able to, like I said, grow as much as I have, and hopefully be able to get other like opportunities and other things for themselves. Well, me personally with Black Creatives, I share different events that other people are putting together and just kind of giving that awareness that like, oh, this is what's going on in San Diego in the Black community. There's a ton of people doing their own thing. I take classes, and I'm like connected with other people that have yoga studios.
Gotcha. And how long have you been practicing yoga?
I would say off and on the past like maybe 4 years or so.
Oh, that's awesome. And how did you get into it?
It was just trying something new, doing something new in the athletic field and realm, and also with health and wellness. Like that's something that I've definitely have grown more into. And yeah, I just wanted to try something different, and that's kind of how I got started.
Awesome. There's actually a beach yoga class that I love going to that my friend Monica teaches. So I think she teaches like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays at 11, and it's right on the beach, and it's like the most amazing experience, like because you're in the sand and you just feel super grounded, and then you hear like the waves, and then the breeze is like blowing. It's like this amazing experience. And then at the end she does like sound healing. Well, she'll come by and like, I don't know, does
with the bowls.
My eyes are closed, but it's magical, girl.
Working for myself at the moment. It's been kind of cool.
Nice. The entrepreneur life?
Yeah, it's interesting. Very different.
Yeah. So what type of projects have you been working on since you got a little bit more free time?
I've been keeping up with my blog, and then also like photo shoots and working with different brands locally, and working with community groups, and kind of just coming together and like talking about like how we want to spread our message and like just be more together. I feel like that's something that's important, especially for the Black community, and like for us to come together right now and really be on the same page. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
Nice. And let's see here. How do you manage to stay active on social media? Like, do you have like an intern, or do you like pre-plan? Do you kind of batch all your posts? What are some tips for that?
It's a little bit of a mix of everything. I would say like during quarantine and all that stuff, like my schedule has kind of been really off, but usually I do batch shoot. I actually used to work with one of my best friends. I would go to LA like every month, and we would shoot a ton of content, like shoot tons of outfits, do video content. I would just like share that throughout the month until the next month. But of course that has changed. So it's been a little bit harder because I've been working more by myself, and I've been working with a tripod and getting things done in that way. So yeah, it's been like a mix of kind of working on things here and there. Like I try to like shoot stuff ahead of time and then post things, but there's some days where it's in real time that I'm like working on a post and then I get it posted up right away.
Wow.
So I've kind of had to get back into my flow of the way how I used to do things before, because it has been thrown off.
Yeah. And do you use like any project management tools or like a certain planner to keep you on track? Because it sounds like you have a lot going on.
I do. I usually use just like a regular planner and like a wall calendar, and I write stuff down and I kind of schedule stuff out throughout the week or like through different days. Like, oh, I'm going to shoot this, plan this out, pull this together, figure this out, and then then I'll post and I will promote. So it's kind of like plan, post, promote, plan, post, promote.
That's awesome that you're so consistent too. That's like definitely something I'm working on getting better at.
Yeah, it's not perfect all the time because
Yeah.
trust me, there's days I'm just like, I don't feel like posting anything today.
Yeah,
But,
because sometimes you just have like, oh, I just want to have a me day. Like
Yeah.
don't want to have to like go on social media, and then it becomes like, oh, days and then weeks, and then you're like, oh.
I try not to let it go for too long.
Yeah.
But because I run a few different pages, I try to like, I guess, allot time for each thing, and especially because I am running Black Creatives by myself. I have different things written down, like, oh, I want to post about these certain group of people today, or I want to post about this event, or like I have stuff like saved in folders, and I'll screenshot things and save it on my phone and just kind of like work it that way. So it's sometimes I'm like, I don't even know how I do everything, how I get it done, but I just write stuff down and make sure to kind of keep it together in some way, shape, or form.
That's awesome. Well, keep it up, girl, because you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get to girl talk. So, what are your fashion go-tos?
Right now, it has definitely been athletic wear and sweatpants, leggings, t-shirts. That has been my jam, especially because like I've been at home mostly and I haven't really been out. Like putting this dress on today,
Which
and,
looks fabulous, by the way.
Thank you. And putting on makeup has been like a foreign thing lately, just because like I haven't been wearing makeup, I haven't been wearing regular clothes.
Yeah.
So.
Like seriously, like just like weeks ago, I was just like, what, you know, because you're not going out, and then when you are, like
Yeah.
your face is covered, so it's like, what's the point, you know?
And then it's like you don't want makeup in your mask.
Yeah.
So like.
Then you get like mass like makeup breakouts or whatever.
Yeah, which I did. I just did a post about that.
Yeah?
This week because it's a thing. Like people need to wash their masks, wash your face. Like don't forget your hygiene. Like it's important.
Be clean, y'all. What are your beauty must-haves?
Beauty must-haves. Moisturizer for sure. I'm a big skincare person, so moisturizing, doing masks, and having a good cleanser, I feel like is a big part of my weekly routine.
Nice. And what's your favorite wellness practice?
Sleep. Sleeping and taking naps.
Oh, girl, I love naps. I love me some naps.
It's the best thing ever. Like sometimes you just need like time to just breathe and put your phone down. Don't talk to nobody. I will take a nap.
Yeah.
Like don't bother me. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And it's crazy how just like a little 20-minute nap will kind of like change your mood too. Like for me, like if I get in a bad mood, I'm just like, you know, sometimes I just feel drained. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go take a nap.
I'm gonna close my eyes.
Yeah, and then I go take a nap and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm all better. I'm a
Yeah.
new person. So
It's great. Sometimes you need to just like shut down, turn off, and then just you're able to like go throughout the day.
what are your foodie cravings?
I like sweets. It's terrible, but like I'm a big lover of cookies, cake, candy. I try not to eat it all the time just because like I break out sometimes from too much sugar.
And what's your favorite like candy or cakes? Because I, you know, cat eyes and candy, so you know I love me some candy and sweets too. So what are you eating over here?
Well, lately I haven't baked in a while, but I was baking a lot of like cookies and stuff like that, like in the beginning of quarantine.
Oh.
I do love chocolate chip cookies. That's one of my favorite. And I don't know. Like, I just like trying different things, like different desserts. They're all good.
Girl. Like my weakness is nothing but cakes.
Oh my
'cause I
gosh,
love
that's so good.
the red velvet with that thick like cream cheese frosting. OMG.
I can't have that all
and,
the time.
The sprinkles. Oh my gosh. Girl. Oh my gosh.
So dangerous.
I love sweets. And then down here, hopefully they're still around, but Afters, have you been to Afters? Oh my gosh. So it's like fancy ice cream and they have like unique flavors, like I don't know, like some Asian flavors like Thai tea and like milk tea and like Blue Cookie Monster, but they have something called a Milky Bun, and it's basically your choice of ice cream, and they'll put it inside a donut, and then they press it for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't do dairy, so...
They have dairy-free ice cream options, too.
Oh.
Yeah? Yeah,
Okay.
girl. Food restrictions, they got you covered.
I'm like, if it's vegan, I'm in.
Well, I don't know about the donuts. Are donuts, I think they have to be like special vegan donuts, right?
I could probably still do the donut. It's just like dairy and cream and stuff like that. Like, I stay away from that.
Yes. Protect the gut.
Yeah.
Are you binging any TV series or Netflix shows right now? What's your favorite?
Actually, I watch things randomly. Like, I know I've been rewatching like old shows, especially because Amazon Prime, they have like a bunch of different shows on there. Like, I watched A Different World. I watched all those seasons. I'm rewatching The Cosby Show.
You're going back.
Way back.
You're going way
So I'm like,
back,
no, I'm
girl.
going back to old shows. And then like Disney Plus, I've been watching a lot of stuff on that, and like watching all the movies and like old movies from like childhood and Disney shows that I watched when I was like in high school and middle school. So that's kind of what I've been watching, and then like random stuff on Netflix. Like, I know they have like a lot of their like featured movies. I'll like, when you open the app or like open up the browser, it has the first thing at the top. I'm like, oh, this movie looks interesting, let's watch that.
Yeah.
So it just depends. I'm always watching stuff randomly while like cleaning or doing other stuff. So
Nice. What's your favorite inspo quote?
inspo quote.
Yeah, if you're feeling down, or maybe like if you're feeling down, what's like that one quote that like you think of that like gets you up or get you motivated and inspired?
I would say do what you love. I actually have that on a like picture in my room, and it's up in one of my shelves. And whenever I feel like, oh, I'm not doing good enough, or I don't know what I'm doing, it's like, wait, I'm doing what I love, so let's keep going. So I feel like that keeps me going. I don't really have any other like quotes that I can think of, but I feel like that one always sticks out to me.
Okay, love it. Do what you love.
It's important.
All right, so where can our guests find you?
See Glitz and Glam by Tiff.com. I feel like that has a little bit of everything. And then Glitz and Glam by Tiff on Instagram. And then BlackSDCreatives SD. You can find what's happening in San Diego.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
You got it.